Bedingfield. I have been with the Police Unity Tour now for 7 years. This will be my 7th year participating. I am the ride marshal, which oversees the organization and the responsibilities of the ride marshals within our group.
My name's Dave Northway. I'm an officer here in Tallahassee with the Tallahassee Police Department. I'm also the vice president for our state chapter of the Police Unity Tour. We work in state groups, so we have the Florida chapter, the New York chapter, the California chapter. They're all over the country. My responsibilities with the state is to organize the group. We bring about 250 riders every year up to DC from Florida area. So that's one of my responsibilities. I'm also the team leader here in Tallahassee for our group, and I'm the ride leader for the bike ride itself when we actually start riding. And what ends up happening is the Unity Tour begins on May 10th every year. And we start riding from points outside of DC, and all the different chapters ride from different points and ride towards DC, where we all get there at the same time and go into the memorial on May 12th. The Police Unity Tour was established in 1997. 4 bike riders started in New Jersey and rode from New Jersey to Washington, D.C. The gentleman that started is named Pat Montori, and he's still with the Police Unity Tour to this day. He's on the national board now. They provided a check to the National Law Enforcement Officer Memorial and said, we raise money because we think someone needs to pay attention to what's going on in the world of officers being killed in the line of duty. In Washington, D.C. is the National Monument. It's called the National Wall, we refer to it as, which has inscribed the names of all the fallen officers from back in the 1800s to this day. What we're doing as the Police Unity Tour is we're bringing awareness to officers killed in the line of duty and their families. What people tend to forget when they watch on the television set or in a movie is that when someone dies, it affects every single person that they've ever touched in their life. There's children, wives, moms, dads, husbands, grandparents. It is an atrocity that when we lose one of our people who are dedicated to protecting others. So that's the job of the Police Unity Tour.
About 2 years ago, we really started looking hard at what can we do to prepare our cyclists so that they can accomplish the goal that we've put in front of them, and not only accomplish the goal, but in accomplishing that 250, 260 miles is not only a way of showing respect and showing honor for the officer that they ride for, because when we get to Portsmouth, we're assigned an officer that has been killed in the line of duty, and that name goes on a bracelet, and we wear that bracelet for the entire ride, and it kind of reminds you of why you're doing it. Secondly, like Dave talked about, you've got to raise a certain amount of money, and in order to get that, a majority of us have multiple sponsors that have committed to a certain amount of money, and we in turn have committed to complete the ride. So, you know, you're getting this money and your sponsors are committing to you, but you're not upholding your side of the bargain. Right. And so we decided we've got to do something to prepare our riders to accomplish what they have set out to do. I knew Brady. I've known Brady for years. I've ridden with him. I knew that he had signs of speed, and I knew that he had accomplished riders that were out there competing in endurance events and triathlons and, you know, time trials and whatever else it might be. And I knew that he was very good at what he did. I have to say that he was above and beyond, and was very excited to be a part of it. And I think it's helped. This is the first year that we have established qualifying rides, and the training that Brady put in front of us included those qualifying rides. So if you followed the training and you got to a qualifying ride, you should be prepared to do that ride. And when you got to the next qualifying ride, you should be prepared to do that one. And it maintained your cycling in up to the day of the actual Police Unity Tour. We have had numerous senior riders that have spoken to me, they've spoken to Dave, a couple of my ride marshals that have said this is the best thing that we've ever done, and we have seen more people on bicycles throughout the months leading up to the actual tour than we have ever seen before. And out of all of those people, we have seen more long distance rides. And we've made everything that we possibly could available to our riders so that we can prepare them to do this. And again, I'll say that Brady was a big part of that. Science of Speed was a big part of that.
Of all the people who were supposed to do the ride this year, every one of them met the goals that we set for them. So we didn't lose anybody, I don't think. I think there may have been a few people may have signed up and dropped out, but of the ones who stayed with us, all of them met their goals. So I have to attribute that to Chip and Science of Speed and Brady and everybody over there. I think it's a great, great program.
We did not have one person, one cyclist, that came back to us and said, I've tried this several times, I can't do it, I'm out.
And you have to attribute that to Science of Speed.
Yeah. As far as the training peaks go, I think that was an awesome program because, number one, it sent you an alert every time you had a training that was coming up. You got the alert, and then it told you what it was and how to do it and when to do it. And it also had a manner of tracking it, and it would show you whether you were actually improving from one ride to the next.
And even as a seasoned anything, you have to always learn. I've been a police officer for 16 plus years. I still go to training and I go, oh, I didn't know that. It's the same thing with getting ready for anything in life. I'm a father. I'm always learning as a father. I'm a husband. I'm learning as a husband. You have to learn as an athlete or as a cyclist. I just don't think of myself as an athlete. Like I said, I'm just a guy who rides a bike so I can eat more ice cream. I don't look at myself as a hardcore athlete. It's a lifestyle for me. I'm always either exercising, eating, sleeping, or with my family. So or working, I guess. So there's always something new to learn. And in any program, and this one, I was the same way. Like you said, is in the beginning you're like, I've done that before. I don't need to learn to ride my bike. I know how to ride my bicycle. But if you pay attention to the videos coupled with the trainings, you're always pushing yourself and learning something new. And that's what life is all about. It's just learning. So it's been great, and I really think that I hope we'll be able to continue the relationship because it's been a wonderful asset to us.